Hello and welcome to this session. This is the third video in the playlist Learn R from Scratch. In this session we are going to learn about R operators. Now R has several operators to perform tasks including arithmetic, logical and bitwise operations. Now in this video you will learn about different R operators. R has many operators to carry out different mathematical and logical operations. Now operators in R can mainly be classified into four of these types. Okay, you have arithmetic operators, you have relational operators, you have logical operators, and then finally you have assignment operators. Okay, we'll understand them one by one. Now these are the main arithmetic operators and you know most of them. They are the same symbols that are used in even in Excel. Okay, so for addition, the operator that we use is this plus sign, subtraction this minus sign, multiplication this asterisk, division this slash forward slash, exponent this is the exponent sign, and modulus, that is to say you find the remainder from a division, you use this double percentage. Okay, so these are the basic signs. Now if you wish to just have an example run, let us say I'm creating some objects. Okay, now let us say I say x equals to 5. Okay, I run it, then I create another object, let us say y equals 16. Okay, I run it. Now let us just see the application of few operators. Okay, now let us say x plus y, I'm using the plus operator, the addition operator. Okay, x plus y equals to 21. Okay, then let us check the minus operator or subtraction operator, x minus y minus 11. Let us check the multiplication, x multiplied by y, you run it, you get 80. Now let us say y divided by x, you get 3.2. okay, or now let us say y and double percentage. Okay, double percentage x, you will get the remainder. Okay, so that's the remainder 1. If I want to see the exponents, let us say okay, y and exponent x, okay, or y to the power x. Now that is 104856. Okay, so these are the basic arithmetic operators and this is how we use them. Okay, I'm cleaning this off. Now let us learn the next type of operators, that is our relational operators. Now in our relational operators you have less than, that is the common less than sign, greater than, that is the greater than sign, less than equals to, that is this sign, greater than or equals to, greater than followed by equals to, and equals to sign you have to use double equals to. Okay, this is, you have to be careful, this is a bit different. So for equals to you have to use double equals to. Not equals to, in which you have an exclamation sign followed by equals to. Okay, so these are the basic operators. Okay, now I'll use the same objects. Let me check, do I have this object x? Yes, I have my object x. Let me check my object y. So I have my objects x and y stored, so let us use the same objects. Okay, now let us say I want to use this let us say relational operator. I want to check whether x is less than y. Okay, now let us run and see. True, yeah, x is less than y. 5 is less than 16. Okay, now let us say x is greater than y. False, it's not. Okay, now x is less than or equals to 5, let us say. Okay, let us see what will happen. It says true, yeah, x is equals to 5. Okay, now if I check y is greater than or equals to 20, then obviously the answer would be false. Now if I say y, not r, sorry, y double equals 16. Okay, is y equals to 16? True, yeah. Okay, then if I say x, okay, not equal to 5, obviously the answer would be false. Okay, so these are some relational operators that we have learned. That's good if you practice it a lot. I'll just clean it off. Okay, then the next thing that we are going to learn is our logical operators. Okay, when I say logical NOT, okay, so if I talk about logical operators, now these logical operators are used for carrying out Boolean operators like and, or, etc. Okay, now let us say logical NOT. If this is logical NOT, then I use exclamation. Element wise logical and, then I use this epsilon sign. Logical and, okay, so if it is logical and, I'll use a double epsilon sign. Now element wise logical, then I use the straight line that's just above enter in your keyboard. And logical or, then you have this double, okay, double straight lines that is just above your enter key in your keyboard. Now operators and the straight line, okay, they perform element wise and operation producing results having length of longer operand. But double and or double epsilon and double straight lines examines only the first element of the operands, resulting into a single length logical vector. Okay, 0 is considered false and non-zero numbers are taken as true. Now let us check some examples. Okay, now I'll be creating some vectors and okay, now let us say if I assign x equals, okay, c true comma false comma 0 comma 6. Okay, so I'm creating this vector. Now let us say I'm creating another vector y equals, r is very case sensitive, you have to be careful, you are using caps or smalls. Okay, now let us say I'm creating another vector false comma true comma false comma true. Okay, this is how you create vectors. Vectors hold a lot of objects. Okay, so you can just use the C command and you can save or store a lot of objects. Now let us create these two, x and y. Okay, now this is y. I'm not sure whether I've created this x or not, so I'll just copy this and run it once again so that I'm sure that I have created this. Fine, now I have this x and y. Okay, now let us see. I want to check not x. Okay, so if it is not x, then what are we getting? This is false, true, this becomes true, and this becomes false. Okay, now let us see. I say x epsilon y, x epsilon y. Okay, I get false, 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 true. Okay, so this simply means element wise logical and element wise. Okay, so element wise, what is happening? I get false, I get false, I get false, I get true. What am I trying to do is element wise compare the elements between x and y. Okay, so they are not same, false, they are not same, false. Okay, then false, false. Okay, then true, true, then becomes true. Okay, so this is what element wise. Now for if I use double epsilon y, it will just compare as a whole. Okay, logical entire thing, logical and. Now what will happen? See, I'll just get one false. Okay, now let us use this x straight line y, this is or. Okay, x or element wise. Okay, Now let us say if I use x, this will give me as a whole. Okay, it will just give me this or this. So you have to understand how it works. Okay, the more you start practicing, if you start using them in problems, you will easily understand what is the purpose of all this. Okay, basically just the purpose of this tutorial is to make you understand the operators, not to get into the complexity of it. Okay, so just understand how these symbols work. I'm cleaning this off. Now finally it's coming to our assignment vectors. Okay, you have our assignment vectors, leftward assignment. Okay, these are the symbols which can be used. Any of these can be used. Rightward assignment, any of these can be used. Okay, now the operators for leftwards assignment, they can be used, any of these can be used interchangeably to assign to variable in same environment. Okay, now when I'm talking about these double arrows, okay, double arrow operator is used for assigning to variables in the parent environments, more like global assignments. Okay, the rightward assignments, although variables are rarely used, these are so avoid these rightward assignments, they are hardly used, you won't need them as well. Just I'll show you some examples that will make things easy for you. Okay, let us say x, this is x, I'm assigning a value of 5 to x. Run it. Now you get x as, when I run x, you will get x as 5. Okay, likewise if I assign x equals 9, okay, you run it and just check what is x, you get x as 9. Now I'll just do a rightwards assignment. So this is a rightward assignment, so I'm assigning 10, the constant 10, to be a variable x. Okay, now if I check what is x, again it will give me 10. So this is what the entire session about various operators that you would be using in R. Okay, so these are going to be the building blocks of your programming language. So if you wish to learn good programming skills, or if you wish to be very proficient in R programming, it's pertinent, or it's very important that you learn all these operators. Okay, so I hope you found this session to be quite useful, and I would love to take up any comments or any feedback. Do share any of the feedback or comments, or if you wish, or if you want me to explain you something, do write to me in comments. I'll definitely revert back to you. Do share with your friends and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you till then.